Star Wars Black Fleet Crisis Book 1 Before the Storm is probably the worst book of in the Star Wars universe that I've read. At least the expanded universe, I think. Find out in this video why. What's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi and welcome to another book review. If you like these book reviews, then please consider liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell for more. And if you would like to, you could support the channel on Patreon, link in the description. Now, without further ado, let's get to the video. As stated previously, we are talking about Black Fleet Crisis Book 1 Before the Storm by Michael P. Kube-Mcdowell, which released March 1996 by Bantam Spectra. It is set 16 to 17 years after the Battle of Yavin. The Dramatis Personae, so you have Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Leia Organa Solo, Lando Calrissian, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2. And then you have Admiral Akbar. You know, he's Mon Calamari. He's the Admiral in the New Republic. You know who he is at this point. Then you have Lobot, who is now the Chief Administrator of Cloud City. Took over for Lando. He's he's like the cyborg guy in Empire with the cybernetics around his head. He's bald. Then you have Hiram Drayson. He's a member of the intelligence division of the New Republic. Atan Abbott. He is a general of the 5th Fleet of the New Republic. He's also an alien, so that's cool. Then you have Akana. She's a Force user of some sort. Whatever. Nil Spar is a Yavetha. He's the viceroy of the Yavetha. Before the Storm, Leia, as Chief of State of the New Republic, meets with Nil Spar, the leader of the Yavetha. He seems polite and friendly, but in reality is revolted by non-Yavetha and is plotting eradication of non-Yavetha in their system, and possibly throughout the rest of the galaxy. General Atan Abbott, in command of the New Republic 5th Fleet, is sent into Yavetha space to discover more information on that sector, as they don't know much. Most of their information is extremely outdated. Lando and Lobot, along with a New Republic ship, find a mysterious ship, and they try and figure out who made it and its purpose. And so Lando and Lobot and 3PO and R2, they're with them. They manage to get inside the alien ship, but it goes into hyperspace. And that's where the Lando portion ends. And Luke, he quits the Jedi Praxium, leaving it in the hands of Streen, and then he goes and hides. Then some twat comes crawling out of some hole somewhere, blathering about his mother, and he goes with her to learn more, because Luke is apparently gullible and, this random lady that found me in my seclusion. Oh, she's trustworthy. That's Akana, by the way. If you can't tell, I'm not exactly a big fan of this book. And then it ends with Nil Spar masterfully turning the New Republic against Leia, because, well, we'll get to that in the next section. Alright. What I liked, not a whole lot, really. As I said, there's a few alien characters. A couple of the leaders in the New Republic, Abbott, and there's a commander with Lando and Lobot. They're some aliens. You have the Yavetha, which I think they're good bad guys, nice and evil aliens. Yeah, and they look mean too. The Lando storyline is the only thing that is remotely interesting in this book. The other storylines are garbage. They suck. That's it for what I liked. What I didn't like. Everything else. The Luke storyline is atrocious. I am sick of Luke basically wasting time, not helping the galaxy. This is, I don't know, the 5th book or whatever of him just being decommissioned. So he's too powerful. We can't have him help his friends because whatever reasons. Tired of this. The Leia stuff, I don't know. To me, I thought her handling of dealing with the Yavetha and that, yeah, she just trusted them. She wasn't remotely suspicious at all. And, yeah, which is just okay, she's easy to fool then. I don't know. I didn't think Leia handled the Yavetha very well. It didn't seem like someone, that's been a diplomat, and it just felt like they walked all over her and they did whatever they wanted. Another thing is the way the author writes his word choice and things like that. Sometimes I'm not a fan of. And sometimes I feel like we get just random point of views of these characters, like, just, no, they're kind of relevant. I'm not a fan of this book. Now, you might be shocked. Oh, it's not that bad of a book. I detest this book. I never want to read this again. I hate this book. To put it bluntly, the Luke storyline, I'm not a fan of at all. There's a chunk of it. And, mind you, Luke Skywalker is one of my favorite characters. But a lot of these books that I've read lately, they don't do anything really that remotely interesting with Luke. And I'm getting tired of it. So, maybe that's why I feel passionate about disliking this book. It's also kind of boring. The Lando stuff is kind of interesting, to the point where it's like, just cut the other garbage and just make a little Lando novel. I wouldn't mind that. It'd be like, oh, cool, he gets a little novel that he can go on an adventure. I wouldn't hate that. Cut the other garbage, because it sucks. Alright, well, as I said, I'm tired of mediocre, bad Star Wars books. I feel like I've read a lot of those lately. Starfighters of Adamar, I think, is the only one that I've read this year that I like. Everything else is either okay or is awful. Yeah. Why is Luke always off gallivanting around, wasting time, when the galaxy needs him? He could help with this Yevitha crisis, but he's off wasting time and, I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna crawl in a hole and become a hermit because Jedi get too... Yeah. Leia's handling of Nil Spar it seemed inept. I'm giving this book a 1 out of 10. This is, and mind you, that's the lowest rating I've given a Star Wars book that I've reviewed on the channel. Not a fan of it at all. I have no idea if the second one is better. I'm reading it now. I'm in the Luke section of the second book. We'll see, but the Lando stuff was still interesting. The Luke stuff still sucks. Let me know what you think of this book in the comments down below. I would be interested to see if people agree and see, this book is garbage, or if I'm overreacting. But we'll see. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this review, and until next time, thanks for watching.